Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I just want to get on here and share a few insights from a trip that I just took. My husband and I went out of the country and a few things happened that just made me go, huh. So I wanted to share them because there might be things that you are not aware of either. And this is one of those things, it's kind of these videos, it's like, keep your eyes wide open. Things are happening faster than what you can even keep up with technology. And I just want to share a few of them with you. So some insights. One, we were walking out along, we went to Mexico, went to a resort. It was beautiful. We had a great time. We just try to do these trips at least once a year. We go with our kids, but then we go by ourselves a couple times a year just to keep our marriage strong. I just believe God is for marriage and we want to keep our marriage strong. Well, and we have a lot of fun together too. But anyway, we were out walking one evening and I looked up in the sky, and it was right around the full moon time. I looked up in the sky and this beautiful array of lights were up in the sky. I could hear a small hum. It wasn't loud. They were having a drone show. So a drone show is something I had never even seen or heard of before. My husband had. He had seen it on the NFL one time, but I had never heard of it. Now, we live in the Midwest, and so we have farmers around, and I do know the technology is used around here by farmers as far as using drones to spray their fields, spray their crops. But this was really, really cool because what I know of drones is you go up, take pictures, a lot of. This was a whole show. It was perfect. I mean, the precision of it was amazing. It was moving around in the sky, changing colors, writing words, just all kinds of things. And there was this one guy was orchestrating this whole thing right here behind of his computer. Whenever the show was done, 300 drones in the sky doing this. They came down and it was perfect. It was, and they landed in the most perfect square right in, on like concrete. It wasn't a parking lot, but the concrete area, amazing. Now, this is what made me go, wait a minute. That was really, really cool, right? But how far is technology along? Because before I had ever left, I had heard this one guy speaking. He's a techie guy, and he mentioned something about something called smart dust. If you have not heard of that, look it up. It's a real thing. It's actually been around for a few years, and we don't know about it, but it is technology that's the size of a grain of salt. One grain of salt. It can sense heat and temperature. It can spy on you. And really, it can go under doors. It can fall from the sky. You would never, ever, ever know that it was around you. Yet it's watching you. So we get into a lot of privacy issues then whenever it gets into this stuff. It's kind of really cool. The whole drone show thing was also kind of scary because technology is moving so quickly. And we just need to be aware because this is not used just for good. Most things are not. It's used for evil, almost always. And it's here. It is being used. To what extent, I don't know, and you probably wouldn't know either. But at some day, it is going to be used to spy on each and every person around the world. I believe the Bible. I know that not everybody who watches this does, and that's okay. I do. I believe that Jesus is coming back soon. I believe we're getting near the end of times. There's so many things converging that the Bible talks about, Bible prophecy talks about. You may be somebody who doesn't believe that at all. And that's okay because I always respect other people's opinions. And no matter what, I'm going to say, what can you do about it? Prepare your home. Prepare your home so that you feel at peace that you can take care of your home if you need to. Prepare your heart. Also, because I am a believer in Jesus. And so, I believe prepare your heart for what is to come. But if you don't believe that, make sure that you're prepared and you realize that there's a lot of evil going on and the technology that's coming is not for our good. Anyway, the drone show made me think of that, and it made me think of the smart dust and realize that there's so many people that have no idea what this even is. Can you do anything about it? Nope, because it could be right beside of you and you have no idea. But you can do the smart things as using wisdom, like I said, to prepare your home, have things prepared, prepare your heart. That's using wisdom also. Making sure that you're right with God. Now, a second thing that happened that's actually just sharing my experiences was kind of funny, but there was a lot of different foreigners at our resort, which we were foreigners too. Obviously, we're Americans in Mexico, but we met a lot of different people, and that's always fun. I always enjoy doing that. Well, there's a lot of Canadians there because Canadians have direct flights to Mexico. A lot of Canadians there. And one day in the pool, we met some Canadians that just started talking to us about American politics. And I always think that's interesting to find out what other countries think about us, because I seriously do not even think about presidents of other countries. It's never affected me. But as the saying goes, that old saying is, what goes in America goes with the rest of the world. So I know that a lot of people around the world watch American politics. And this is a doozy of a year coming up for us. 2024 elections, we don't even know who's going to be on the ballot still. But the two names that are constantly talked about are Trump and Biden. And is that who it'll come back down to? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. Anyway, though, Trump and Biden, they came up and started talking about Trump and Biden, and you get their opinions, and this is what they said. And listen, if you're from Canada, please chime in here. I would be interested to know. I also want to know what people think around the world about Trump and Biden. Now, one Canadian that we met said, seriously, as big as America is, as strong as America is, as many smart people are in America, and that's the best you can do is have those two old people on your ballot. So anyway, a whole group of them said that they didn't like Trump in Canada. And I was like, really? But the other thing is they don't like Trudeau either, their own. But they said, no, we don't like Trump because then he will, as far as trading, he does not let us trade. And I don't know what that means, and I don't know if that's true. I don't know. But I was like, really? And I said, so do you like Biden? And they were like, yeah, Biden is a lot better. Oh, okay. So it's so interesting that another person from another country, I don't know, their take. It's just very interesting to me. It was just interesting to hear about, like, seriously, we weren't talking about it at all, and they started talking to us about Trump and Biden. So this was the other thing that happened is AI. AI is moving along faster than we can even keep up also. So last year, we left the country, we came back into the country to get back into the States, and they always look at our passports, and they didn't even look at our passport. We walked up to a screen, it was facial recognition. I don't even think the guy looked at me at all. It was just, he was looking at the screen. I walked up to a screen and went like this, and he's like, next. They were going that fast. Whereas usually if you've got to get out your passport, they're looking at you, looking at the passport, looking at you, looking at the monitor, and, finally stamp it and go. It takes a lot longer. Well, I didn't know what it would be this year for us whenever we were coming back into the States, because we were landing in a different part of the States and to go through customs and stuff. And interesting enough, when we left America, they did facial recognition when we were leaving the airport, before we even went through TSA. But then whenever we got back to America, in Mexico, they didn't do anything. I don't know where their technology is, but they didn't have any facial scan or anything like that going on with us anyway. But whenever we came back to America this time, they didn't have the facial scan, but they did have a camera on us. And he moved the camera right onto us, and then he was looking at a screen, and then he stamped our passport and said, go on through. I don't even know if he stamped it, but he said, go on through. So I also wonder, is the technology just not everywhere yet? How many countries actually have it? We were supposed to go to Israel in October, couldn't because obviously war broke out. But I wanted to see if they had the technology in Israel. Like, how many countries have you gone to and they do not they only do facial recognition and don't even look at passports anymore? I'm interested if you've had the same experience. But, it's just, they know where you are, the government, whoever, they know where you are. They know what you look like at all times. And that smart dust, they will really know where we are at all times. And as we move into the end times, then it's not going to be used for good at all. I know that this one guy, I heard him say on a podcast, he said, I have a flip phone. Nobody knew me. They don't have my face and all that. He got to the airport and they did the facial recognition. They said, next. Yes, they did. He said they did know exactly who I was, and I don't even have a regular phone for them to follow me. The government knows. Their technology is way above than what we know. So anyway, I wanted to share my experiences. Again, to say, keep your eyes open. I'm telling you, things are changing fast. Get your heart right with God. And that's it. Until next time, I'm out.